بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Today I have another reaction video as usual. And today's video I'm going to be reacting to a sister from Romania. And she's going to walk us through how she reverted Islam in Romania and how she became a Muslim and why. Let's get to this video, brothers and sisters, and see what sister had to say about her complete story. Let's get to the video.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Dora, I'm from Romania, and I reverted to Islam in 2016 July. Actually, it was one day before I had my religious ceremony with my now husband. Yeah, so I became interested in Islam way before I met my husband, like in 2013 or 12, something like that, when I moved to a city where we had a lot of Arab students. I bought my first Quran in Romanian language. I asked my friends about Islam and I researched. Then I moved to Qatar in 2015 for a short period of time, like 2-3 months, to meet my now husband. And there I was so impressed about everything, the traditions, the Islamic traditions, the Arab traditions, about everything. But unfortunately, because the staying period there was too short, I didn't have time to research more about Islam. But the first time I heard that Athan was there, and it was amazing, mesmerizing. I had goosebumps. I felt I belong here, you know, that feeling that you belong to somewhere. And then I left Qatar, I went to Egypt, and I decided, okay, I'm in a Muslim country, we will live here. It's time now to become a Muslim. So I did that. It was amazing. And then it was like a step-by-step period in becoming a Muslim. Unfortunately, I didn't go straight to it like very fast. I took my time. I didn't wear hijab. I was still dressing like a European, but not like my normal way. Then we moved to Romania, and in 2023, I decided to put my hijab due to the Gaza situation, because I said, if those women that are struggling so much and suffering, they care about their hijab, they still care about their hijab, why can I not wear it? I'm safe. Yes, I'm in a very Christian country, but I'm safe. So yeah, from being a Greek Catholic person that was going to church almost every Sunday, and my great-grandfather was a priest, and my father is involved in the church and everything, I decided to revert, because Islam makes sense. Islam is the truth, like there's no doubt about it. And I just have an advice for my sisters that are living in a non-Muslim country and that are struggling with wearing the hijab, and it's okay. It's normal to struggle. Still I'm struggling. Still I have days when I wonder, did I make a good decision to put it or not? Because family does not agree, and sometimes people stare, and sometimes people are shocked that I'm a Romanian wearing a hijab. They think I'm oppressed. No matter. My advice is, let's just listen to your heart, trust Allah, and always remember that they will always have something against us. Either we wear hijab or we don't wear hijab. As long as we are Muslims, as long as we are proud Muslims and we are showing our religion, they will always have something against us. And remember, this dunya is short. What we are doing here is for the afterlife, in Jannah, inshallah. So be strong, always fight for your religion, be proud to be a Muslim, and yeah.
Okay, this is the first video.
Let's hope for a better life, inshallah.
We'll get to the next video.
Masalam.
My first exposure to Islam was when I was 8 years old. So when I was 8 years old, we hired like an au pair, which is a nanny from abroad. So ours was from France. and we didn't know this when we hired her, but she actually turned out to be a Muslim. She didn't really pray that much, but when it was Ramadan, she used to pray and she used to fast. So I learned that Muslims prayed and they fasted. I'm sure she used to wear a headscarf when she prayed, so I learned that Muslims also wear headscarves when they pray. We did Islam in a religious studies class as well when I was a similar age, about 8. And what I learned from that religious studies class was that basically you don't have to fast if you are feeling sick. And also I was shown a prayer mat. I was shown like just a few different things about Islam. I didn't really know a lot about Islam. Like my au pair, she used to, because she was from Guinea, so she used to tell me stories about when she was a child, but she never really talked to me about Islam, so I wasn't really that aware of Islam when I was a kid. I was living in quite a white area, and the only Muslim that I met was my au pair. My au pair left when I was about 9, 8, something like this. After she left, I didn't have any more exposure to Islam for years. Like I didn't meet any of the Muslims. It wasn't until I reached 12 years old and I moved areas and I met the first Muslim woman who wore hijab. And I remember she was wearing hijab, abaya, all black, and I just didn't understand why she was dressed like that. Like it was so different to what I'd seen before. I remember saying to my friend, like, why is she dressed like that? I just did not understand it. My school was quite white, so there weren't a lot of Muslims and I didn't really come into contact with Muslims. Then one day I went shopping with my mum to the Trafford Centre, and after we finished shopping she took me for a meal and she sat me down and she told me that she was converting to Islam. I remember feeling quite accepting towards my mum and being like, oh, you want to be Muslim, like that's okay. But I didn't really think about converting myself. Like I just thought, oh, my mum wants to be Muslim, that's fine, that's her choice. But I never really thought, oh, Islam is going to be for me. In terms of sharing the reasons that my mum converted with you, I don't feel like that would be appropriate for me to do. I feel like if my mum wants to share her Revert story, like that's completely up to her. But before my mum converted, she took me to the mosque for the first time, and I remember meeting this man who was so nice. Like he got me food, he was just really nice to me. And then I remember after that we saw Muslims pray, and I remember just being like, I didn't get why they were praying or anything. Like I just felt really confused, and at that point like I didn't want to convert. Like my mum took me afterwards to see the imam where she converted, and I remember the imam asked me, do you want to convert? And I was just like, no, I don't really want to. Growing up, my dad was an atheist and my mum was an agnostic, so I didn't really have that exposure to religion. So the whole thing for me was kind of a bit like I didn't really get it. But after this whole conversion happened, I did actually start going to the mosque with my mum. And I started kind of reading the Quran as well, and I think reading the Quran is actually what made me convert. So when I opened it, I didn't get it. It was quite scary. Like a lot of the stuff it was saying was quite scary, and I was kind of scared. And then after some times, I felt like my heart started to soften, and I started to feel like my heart feeling at peace when I read the Quran, like all the signs of God and everything. Like it just really made me feel at peace, and also it made me really think and reflect on the world around me. And when I started thinking and reflecting on the world around me, you know, with the Quran pushing me to do that, I really started to think like Islam is true, like what the Quran is saying is true. And in addition to that, when I started going to the mosque and hearing Quran recited, like I just started feeling God in my heart and this connection to Allah, and just feeling completely at peace when I heard Quran recited. I think when I think about it, was it the fact that I was reflecting and seeing that Islam was the truth, or was it this emotional connection I felt with the Quran that made me convert? And when I think about it, I really think it was a mix of both. In terms of how I converted, so every Thursday I used to go to a new Muslim group in the city centre, and I used to go every week, and we were learning how to be Muslim, so what the basic pillars of Islam were, what the pillars of faith were, and this sort of thing. And I was going every week, and then they used to say to me, oh, like, do you want to convert today? Do you want to convert today? Do you want to convert today? And I was like, not really sure, not really sure. And then I've been going there about 6 months, and then they asked me like another day, do you want to convert? And I was like, yes. So then I stood up in front of everyone. There was probably like 10, 20 people there. I can't remember. It was about 10 years ago. But there were quite a few people there, and I remember just converting in my new Muslim class. To be honest, when I converted, I didn't really feel immediately different, because I'd already been practicing Islam. Like I'd already been praying in English, admittedly, but I had been praying, like going through the motions of prayer, and also listening to Quran. So when I converted, I didn't really feel like, oh, I'm a different person now. Like I still felt like me, I still felt like Rebecca, but I just feel like it was a big step in terms of me moving towards Islam. I started to pray, I started to feel really a connection to Allah. Like once I got my Arabic, I went to Arabic class, I really started feeling connecting to Allah when I was praying. Before I converted and when I was first praying, I didn't feel as much connection. It wasn't until I read more Quran, I listened to more recitation and this sort of thing that the prayer really started to feel like an emotional connection for me. And now, like, I'm so grateful to Allah for guiding me towards Islam. Like, it's just brought me so much inner peace, inner happiness. And praying just brings me so much inner peace that I couldn't imagine my life without Islam. Like, I just wouldn't be as happy as I am now. I hope this video has been remotely helpful. Maybe if you're a convert and you want to feel less alone, or maybe if you want to understand the reasons that people convert, I hope this video has been somewhat helpful to you. I'm going to wrap it up now just because I think I've told my convert story. Hopefully the updated version is a bit more accurate, but I feel like I've told my story and I just want to put it to bed now. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, the video is technically I was trying to react to one video, become very short, so I have to continue to the second video. None of the sisters mentioned their name. The only thing that they right get to it to their revert story, and yeah, it was I really enjoy it. If you enjoy the video, watching these sisters and their experience, how they were hesitant to take the shahada, the declaration of faith, and take today, no, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, no, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But that's like something is holding you back to not do what really you want. So yeah, brothers and sisters, please subscribe, like, comment, and for those who are already subscribed, I would really appreciate, and I'll say thank you to all of you who are subscribe to this channel, and also activate the bell icon for every video I uploaded. You'll be notified and you'll be the first to watch. And well, that's it for today's video, and I will see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.